Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Widowmaker coming at you. I got this in the mail the other day. This is from 22lrreloader.com. I got a 9mm /38/357 Magnum die. It's not just a die, but this makes the beloved metal Gaschecks. And the beauty of this die is that I had this Pat Marlin. This is a 10mm 40 Smith & Wesson die, and this was a good die. This is made out of tool steel. I didn't really care much for that, just because tool steel is not real hard. I did manage to screw one up. When I first got it, they got brass set screws in here, and I stripped all my brass set screws, so I went to Lowe's and just got standard set screws. Well, guess what? You don't want to do that. I didn't know that, so maybe put a disclaimer in there now, I don't know. But I put a standard black steel set screw in there, and it totally screwed this inner sleeve up. And what this does is, well, I don't have the right wrench right now. That's why I paid all this money for Dylan, you see, because you can just reach over here at your Dylan press and just whip the tools out that you need, you see, right there. Okay, see, this sleeve comes out of this that, and this is a two-stage die, where the first stage you slide your material in there and it cuts it into little discs. I had one here, but anyway, just a little disc. It cuts them, and then you flip this over. Well, you don't flip it over. You just tie it down with your set screw. Oh Lord. Anyway, you put your set screw in there, and then this forms the cup for your it forms the cups out of the discs to make your Gascheck. And one thing I didn't like about this die was it was very time consuming, because you had this cup here and you had this little ejector thingamabob that goes down in here like so, and that ejects your stuff when it's done. It comes down in here and forms the cup, and then that ejects your cup. So it was time consuming, but don't get me wrong, it's still worth your time overall to buy one of those checks instead of one of those dies, instead of paying $42 per 500 Gaschecks. But anyway, this one here is made by again, it was 22lrreloader.com, and this right here is, I guess they call it a two-stage die. I'm not a machinist, so maybe talking out of technical terms, I don't know, but it's not my trade, it's my dad's. So anyway, I believe this was made out of stainless steel, but we got stain right here, so go figure that just come off the, I got splotchy here, I don't know what that's about. So I really didn't understand how this works, but it's really simple. I thought it had to do with this piece here. This is just tapered down to the diameter cut, because you get 7/8 hole, and then it's got to go down to this, And I don't know if this is exactly a set amount for like, I'm sure it is, for like 9mm, which I'm sure it is. But the magic happens right here. It's a real simple design. It cuts them and then it bends it over this bottom piece down there and it forms the cup. So you're not going to be taking very long making gas checks with this puppy, I assure you of that. Which is a good thing, because who likes sitting around making gas checks, right? Not me. I'd rather be loading or shooting myself. A lot of people would rather be shooting, but I enjoy loading. Material I've been using. I got some flashing, which is just your standard Home Depot, Lowe's roofing flashing. I believe it's around 8,000s, or you can use your aluminum foil from pop cans or whatever. So these here are a little bit harder to do, where they're thicker, of course, and of course they make a lot more noise, of course, than what the other ones make. But anyway, and I like the design, how this one's made, where you slide it in instead of pushing it in on this die here, because this got tedious after a while. You had to push it all the way through this die and it would get hung up and stuff, and I just didn't care much for that design. This one here, where it's slotted sideways, is a lot better. Let's see, there's 2 gas checks. 3, 4, 5. Just that quick. That one's stuck. Give me just 1 sec. Yeah, the last one always gets stuck for whatever reason. I don't know why it is. So at any rate, there's your nice little gas checks. Very uniform. The thing I didn't really know was, that I was unsure about, was because I managed to break my lineman press for the second time. My lubicizer. It's not the first time I did it, it's the second time, like I said. I had a discussion with the gentleman at Lyman about their warranty, and I was kind of dissatisfied with what he told me. So, like Lyman products, I just think their warranty shit. Forgive my French. But when you go from Dillon, which is a BS, no warranty, you break it, they send it to you free of charge, no hassle, no whatever. I had to purchase this piece here that I broke. This linkage right here, I broke it for the second time. Also broke a nut here, which I just took liberty and just went ahead and bought it. So I was talking to him about his warranty, and he was just saying, like a set of dials, he's like, well, if you've loaded, let's say 2,000 rounds, 5,000 rounds, yeah, 5,000 rounds, you've exceeded your because he said it was a lifetime warranty, and he's like, that's not on the person, it's on the product. And I'm like, well, all right. And he's like, I'm like, so a lifetime warranty on the product? And I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, well, a lifetime of the product. And I'm like, well, okay. And he's like, say you got a set of dials. He said, you load 5,000 rounds of ammunition through those dials, he said that you've reached the lifetime of that product's warranty. And I thought, wow. I thought, wait a minute. I thought, you know what? I use RCBS dies, and I'm like, dude, they have 100% lifetime warranty. And like, you break something, it's like a deal warranty. It's no BS. You just call them up and say, look, man, I need to replace this piece, and they don't even ask how you do it. It could be your fault or not. It doesn't matter. They send it right out. So I like Lyman products, but that was really disheartening what he was telling me. It kind of left a bad taste in my mouth towards Lyman. It really did, because I did not want to hear it. The disc that I was talking about, that this one here makes Pat Marlin, and then you got to shape them, where this here is just wham bam thank you ma'am, you got them done. Which the price difference, I think the Pat Marlin, this one here was like $95, and this one here was like $109. So that was justifiable to me to pay that little bit of difference. Absolutely. That and stainless steel, by being stainless, of course, you don't have to be a tradesman to know that stainless steel is a lot harder than what tool steel is. Alright, there you go. Beautiful Gaschecks, boys and girls. Isn't that nice? I got so much stuff on my bench that it's not even funny. I try to clean it a little bit. Alright, let's don't say we did. Alright, whatever. I was going to try to zoom in there. I got this stupid camera it's a phone. It's supposed to be, oh, it's the Pro series, but it's not too pro now is it? So anyway, we just stick that right in there, put your bullet over it, pull down on the handle, shove up, shabang, baby. So we just increased the velocities of these dramatically. In my opinion, you can take one of those puppies and you can push it to jacket velocities. I did it. Like, I think every 1,000 feet per second, you start leading somewhere in that neighborhood. And I've pushed, not these 9s yet because I haven't tried them, but I have every bit of faith and indication that they're not going to be any different than the 10mm 40 Smith & Wesson 10 short, 10mm neutered, whatever you want to call it. I got velocities on my phone, and I'm thinking they were around, they were over 1,000 feet per second. So 9mm is going to be going a bit faster. I had these berry bullets, and it said don't exceed. I had these right here, these berry bullets, and it said don't exceed 1,250 feet per second, and we did that. And I don't know, I never had no problem with letting. Those are plated bullets, by the way. Those berry bullets, which that's fine. There's nothing wrong with them. What that means is they electrically plate them through electrolysis, and I'm not going to get into all that because the way I understand it is basically they take a positive something. a positive end, and then they just complete the circuit and ground it to make a negative end, or you ground it, and the bullet that's in the water is grounded and it's hooked in the water, which is a positive charge, and the bullet basically would be a negative charge in sense, and then it sticks to the copper jacket, plates the bullet, and then like that's the difference between like plated bullets and jacketed bullets. Jacketed bullets are more or less kind of swaged on there a lot of times. But you can take this bullet right here, which is cast. I do have a powder coat on it because I was powder coating my bullets before I got this. Before I got these gas checks. You do not have to powder coat them, okay? Because my 10mm bullets, I have just started powder coating them. You don't have to. You can leave them lead, and they're fine. And like these here were even hard. I put I mixed like half wheel weight, 50-50 wheel weight and 50-50 linotite with these, and I was still getting leading. So man, if someone could explain that to me, because I couldn't believe that, because linotite is pretty freaking hard. So anyway guys, and then what we do is we come over here ultimately to the blue machine, and we make all kinds of fun. Now, I'm gonna set this up real quick and we'll get the load. Actually, I had my first primer go off the other night. I was like trying to load it, and it just went bang! Sounded like a cat. I've been reloading for about 14 years, and that's the first one I've ever snapped like that. Alright, actually it's been about 15 years, but who's counting, right? So let's load. Always want to check your weight, your powder thrown. I've just been loading, and that is a heavy charge right there. I mean, a heavy charge. Look at that. So it's completely filled up to the max capacity. All right. Check our weight here. A little on the heavy side, but we'll go with it. It's about 2/10 over, but it'll be all right. Alright, I just got a little battery in. Check it. Now it's 4/10 low. Funny how those skills, funny how those powder drops work. How they will be one minute and something else the next. Okay. from the heavy charge to the lightest charge on the spectrum of what I'm loading these at. These were 115 green bullets. By the time I put the check on it, it takes it to 130. So we're good on our drop. Not really fluctuating. This powder drop is pretty accurate for the most part. It really is. Oh, gas check fell off that one. That's not good. That is our indicator saying, hey feller, you only got 4 more primers left.